Communication, I think, is something a lot of people take for granted. Sharing your thoughts with somebody, expressing your emotions, or simply just making somebody laugh. When you don't have those basic skills, it can be very hard to interact with the world and interact with people in general. My name's Joe, and for as long as I can remember, I've struggled with a speech impediment. When somebody would ask me a question or call on me to speak, I would just completely freeze up. I wouldn't be able to say anything. My hands would start to sweat, I'd have racing thoughts, and I'd just feel stupid, really.
According to early results from roughly 2,400 scientists who
I think I first noticed that there was something wrong with my speech when I was probably about 5 years old. I was in reception at the time, and I have memories of the class teacher taking a register. I would just not be able to say yes miss or to say my own name, which the other kids found very funny, but to me it was just awful. It was so embarrassing as a kid to have to go through that, and it would just cause so much anxiety and fear. In my head, I was somebody who was very talkative and somebody who had lots of ideas. But when you can't communicate those ideas or express yourself to somebody, it can have a massive impact on your mental health. The one person I felt like I could talk to about my problems was my mum.
I first noticed something wasn't quite right with Joe's speech when he was about 2.5. We were going for a walk and he was trying to ask me something and he was really struggling to get his words out. So I went to see the health visitor and they said that they would monitor his speech. So they looked at it probably every 6 months, and when he went to school he was referred to the speech therapist.
My speech got really bad when I was probably about 16 years old. I was doing my GCSEs at the time, and on top of that stress, my parents got divorced. This was a very challenging time for me, and because I had so much going on in my head, I couldn't speak properly or I couldn't communicate. Instead of going talking to people, I would isolate myself in my bedroom and shut myself off from the world.
With the pressures of work, having to do presentations, be encouraged to put your hand up, speak out loud, girls, peer pressure, the football team, so many things at secondary school. And I know that it did frustrate him and did upset him on occasion, but I think generally people were unaware of how much his disfluency really impacted on him throughout his teenage years.